everybody, hope you're doing marvelously well. It's another lovely day in sunny Los Angeles. You can hear the cars going by. God bless it. And we're here at For the Record Studio, which is run by Moritz Braun. And Moritz established this studio fairly recently, got this building, has completely and utterly gutted it and rebuilt it into an incredible facility that I've seen online. So I'm very, very excited to go and check it out. So without further ado, let's go and check out inside. Moritz, how are you?
Good, how are you? Welcome.
Marvellous, good to see you.
Great to see you.
And your phone's going?
I think that's still the door.
Oh, it's the door. Oh, nice. Good idea, so wherever you might be. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great to have you here.
It's lovely to be here. So tell us a little bit about it. It's obviously the reception area. We might as well go through everything.
Right. This
Gorgeous.
is our reception where usually there's someone to sit here to greet you. Now it's a little early in the day, so our sessions start often a little bit later. Would you like to see the common area first and then pop into rooms?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah,
cool. That's fine. How many rooms do you have?
We have 5 rooms. We have 2 big rooms with a vocal booth attached, and then we have a smaller room with a vocal booth attached.
Great.
And we have 1 production and mix room that doesn't have a vocal booth, and we have 1 Dolby Atmos room, which is just got added end of last year, which we're very excited about because it's a cool format. Yeah, we're fine.
Are you getting any demand for it?
Yeah, that's actually one of our most popular rooms at the moment.
Fantastic. Yeah. Is it priced pretty favorably then?
I would say
competitively.
So. Competitively.
Yes,
I would say
that's
so.
the word.
But we're always trying to accommodate people that are trying to get a sense for that format or want to check it out first. And
great.
Our head engineer Matt is amazing with taking people by the hand and showing them all the new stuff that comes with a new format like that.
Excellent, excellent. So this is like kitchen area.
That's right. This is our kitchen area.
And then I suppose a dining area, but also I suppose you can have meetings and stuff here.
That's right. Mostly people use this for having their lunch if they want to step out of the studio to just get a change of scenery or have their dinner here.
Great.
Our team usually sets this up really nicely when you order food. It's a nice communal dinner space. These are something I'm very excited about, these bay windows that we have here.
They are gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah, this used to be actually the gates where the trucks would drive in. So this was a warehouse before to store construction equipment, and these gates would be for trucks to unload and load.
Right. And I like you've taken the fence and added trees on it, or bushes, I should say, so it gives it a little bit, shields you from the really overly bright sunlight, which is gorgeous.
Yeah, and it's also, you don't see the cars in the parking lot with that. It's just a little more comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. And another common area.
That's right.
Inhabited by your brother.
Yes.
Comes free with every session.
Involuntarily featured now. Yes, this is our other lounge. You can close the curtains here. Sometimes people go in here to take a nap,
get away,
a phone call. Yeah. We have a small
Excellent.
vinyl collection for people to just play records or go through some pro audio books and magazines, or if they're looking for some inspiration, we have some photography books. Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, well, which room do you want to start off with? You guide us.
I would say we start slow and then go big. Right?
Okay.
Maybe we start with Studio C. This is our smaller production and recording room. It does have a vocal booth attached to it. We have the PMC 6.2s in here.
Great speakers.
With subwoofers that are below. Mm-hmm. We have PMC in every room. I just think they sound fantastic. And I kind of came up on those speakers.
You're smart. You got a CL1B.
Yeah, we have. So what's cool is the vocal, or I call it the vocal chain, but basically the selection of gear that we have in each room is the same in each room. So everything correlates. In the big rooms, there's a few pieces of gear that are floating that are added on, but you can switch them into different rooms. We have rooms behind the desk where you can bring your own compressors and stuff and plug it in. But the concept is that all these rooms function the same, and they also in relation sound the same. So the acoustic architect gave us proportions prior to starting the build out, saying this is the proportion of the room. You can scale it up, can scale it down. And according to the proportion, the acoustic treatment was built by him and designed. So you really have like a translating sonic experience. It's great for writing cams when people just jump in between rooms, and
Absolutely,
you
yeah.
can make sense of what you just heard in Studio A makes sense in Studio C. For
Very smart
example.
indeed. If you're going to have three pieces of equipment, a 1073, a CL1B, and an 1176 is a pretty good combination. 8 XPs and an X16. So presumably you've got a lot of inputs in each room if there's...
Yes, and the reason why we have the Apollo interfaces here is also for people. I mean, this is a hybrid setup, right? A lot of people nowadays work from their laptops. They work out of different spaces. They might start a production in their bedroom and they want to finish it up in the studio. So I'm really excited that you here just can plug it in with a Thunderbolt cable and you set up to the whole rig. There's no...
Great.
We can also do an aux cord, but that's not as great conversion, obviously. So people really enjoy that they can just comfortably work in their environment, but in our space.
No, it's great. Yeah. And having some world-class gear, especially if it's well chosen, means that like you said, every room can be a mix room and a tracking room.
Yes.
So that's the booth, presumably.
That's the booth. Let's step in there. Still have a mic set up here from yesterday's session.
Wonderful. Oh, you have a Sony.
Yeah. We have a small but really nice selection of microphones.
Right.
Again, the same mindset, not to overwhelm with choices, but trying to be deliberate about offering really good but minimal choices when it gets to making music.
I'm assuming you're doing a lot of pop and R&B if you've got the Sony up.
Yes. Yeah. Mostly rappers. Ask for this microphone.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have a 251. That's my personal choice for vocals, but I understand why a lot of people like that, like really in your face. Dense high end.
All rooms sound great as well.
Yeah, that's all credit due to Jochen Veit. He's the acoustic architect behind this. He's a German architect.
Wonderful. Is he based in LA or based in Germany?
No, he's based outside of Munich, 20 minutes away.
Oh,
but
fantastic.
This is actually the first space that he built in Los Angeles that's publicly accessible. So he did a bunch of studios for big producers, who unfortunately I'm never allowed to talk about, but I'm sure you know Whistlelord, for example. Yeah, he built that one.
Great.
There's some studios in Germany that he built that are really cool.
So same speakers?
Same speakers, same size, same setup minus the CL1B, because we don't have a booth in here, but you can still record vocals in here. Through our tie lines on the side. You can just plug whatever you want in there and it shows up at the patch bay here. You can also interconnect all the rooms. So say you want to record a full band, but don't want to go to a studio with a big live room for whatever reason. You can interconnect all these rooms in our server room and have signals from every room feed into one. So you can put a drum kit in here, but be in a different room and as a control room. Yeah, that's the idea behind it. You could record drums in here and then sit in A and record it there. That's the... Lynx Hilo that we have here occasionally. I love Lynx as a company. It's great, yeah. It's great. For now, we stick with the Apollo just for functionality. And the fact that you get so many plugins, quality plugins with it. Exactly, yeah. Cool. This is Studio B. This is one of the big rooms that we have. Oh, you got some DW Thurn. Yes. Yeah. I love him. Yeah, we love those very much too. They sound amazing and he's such a great guy. It's great how much thought went into the design of those pieces. Yeah, you got to meet him and everything? Not yet, unfortunately, but I'm sure it's going to happen at some point. Yeah, he's the guy that you want to give money to buy to build gear for you. Yeah. You know, he's just like really loves it. And I listen to his podcast occasionally. I think it's great. Like the amount of care that he puts into building these pieces is the works of art. Unmatched, honestly, I think. Yeah. I agree. Ah, Boston upright. Yeah, that's our upright. Lovely. Here we have, again, PMC speakers. These are the MB3 XPDs. Wow. They knock. Yeah, those are big boys. Yeah. You can also hook up smaller speakers. We have the Grays. I don't know if you want to bring your NS10s or whatever, you can just hook them up within in a second. And then on speaker 2, you get your speakers that you bring. And on speaker 3, we have a little kitchen boombox as a reference. If you want to see if the 808 knocks on that too. Beats. Yeah. Great. And back again to CL1Bs. Wow, you're single-handedly pushing up the value of CL1Bs. I do like those a lot, and they are very popular. So they're very forgiving. Yes, it's a very great compressor for not doing too much damage to anything. Exactly. You can compress them 10 dB and you barely notice it's doing anything. They don't choke. Yeah, those are really popular with clients here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking to Jason Joshua a couple of weeks ago, and Jason said that when he was in Larrabee, he said it doesn't matter what mixer came in, they all ended up using a CL1B.
Interesting.
Yeah, and genre-wise, they could be doing metal, they could be doing pop, they could be doing R&B.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I've got one actually sitting in storage, Eric. We need to bring it out. Beautiful.
Or come here, use ours.
Yeah, we could do that. So I see you got the 3124, so you got 4 channels of API 312s. Yeah. Presuming that's the tie line to the room over here.
That's going to the patch bay, so you can connect us to whatever you want, but we have some half-normal connections that are going straight to the 1073.
Yep.
But the idea is that we have a little more preamps in the bigger rooms because we do drum recordings in here.
Fantastic.
And then again, if it's still not enough, we have these floating racks where in the other room we have some VLC.
You can also use the Apollo ones, which are pretty good.
Exactly, yeah.
Great space.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the idea you can sort of, relax in here. You can probably get 8 people in here working and not feel crowded.
Yeah, we had that before.
When you get those, I know those writing sessions, everybody's got a laptop open, figuring out lyrics.
Actually, we recorded a 6-piece vocal choir in this booth last week.
Nice doors.
This is Krieger doors.
Yeah, you didn't spare any expense. That's great. Yeah, these are beautiful. Yeah, you could put a drum kit in here as well.
Mm-hmm. It sounds pretty good. I mean, depending on what sound you're going for, we got some really nice R&B drum sounds out of this room.
I can believe it, yeah. It's a good, clean design, but what I like about it is it's not too sterile. Sometimes when people come in and build modern studios, it can turn into office buildings.
That's right, yeah. I try to pay a lot of attention to what materials we use. So you can see there's a lot of walnut here.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. That makes a difference.
Yeah, that's my favorite wood, really. And then the panels, the fabrics, we have slightly different colors in each room. It's not really noticeable if you don't hold them A-B sometimes, but you feel the difference if you step into a different room. It's just like all earth tones, warm.
Yep.
The light design is done that way too. You can dim all these lights in a warm dim, and it's just cozy. That's
gorgeous.
That was the goal.
Very nice. And all of this is purpose built because it was an empty warehouse.
That's right. Yeah, we had to rip out the concrete floor that was in here before. And to support the weight of all these rooms, because they're built out of concrete-filled CMU brick, we had to pour new footings under it, new foundations, so the concrete slab wouldn't collapse under the weight of these rooms.
That's an undertaking.
Yeah. Or maybe let's step into Studio A. That's good A-B comparison to the room we've just been into.
Ah, some daylight. Gotta love that.
So those rooms are interestingly the same size, even though they might feel a little different because of that window. But this is the exact same size and proportion.
It does feel bigger, but you're right, because of the window.
Yeah. You can close that down as well if you... I think that's a fun feature if you like.
Oh, yeah, I can see where it would be. Nice.
Some people like to block out the sunlight and just have it dark like that.
I like the sunlight.
Need to open it up again.
Beautiful. So even more pre's.
Yeah, we have some more of the Hazelrig and DW Fern pieces here. Another fun thing that we do in each room is you can connect your device with Bluetooth straight to the rig. So we have I think it's Radial BT is what it's called. It's a box that then feeds into the input section of the Grace, or one of the input sections. People like using that a lot when they just want to play a reference or a beat.
That's great.
Yeah, there's a lot of little gimmicks that we have here that just make the process fast and easy.
I think comfort is a big deal. I feel like you come in here, we sort of walk into the room and feel like, oh, this is going to be comfortable. I can sit back there and work. Yeah, beautiful. I'm just far enough away from you so they're not leaning over your shoulder. There's a Moog there, I see, sub-30.
We just opened in September last year, so we're still accumulating a couple more instruments. There's still some things I want to get more variety with instruments and microphones and things like that.
Do you have a house kit?
We do not have a house kit yet. I'm still looking. I looked at a couple different ones. I haven't found the one yet. I'm looking for something that's serving a couple different purposes and tracks like to a really high standard. So I'm trying a couple. We worked with
the drum doctor.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, he was amazing. He came by here a couple times for bringing a kit over for a specific session and
the Gretsch. You brought over a Gretsch.
We had a Gretsch actually. Yeah. I mean, those are great, but like vintage drums are really expensive, right? So I'm still on the fence on what to get, but we'll get something for sure.
You'll probably end up with something like a DW, I'd imagine.
That's what I thought about.
Yeah, because they've got they're consistently high quality across their whole range. But snares, their snares are incredible as well. But snares usually end up with Ludwig's because you've got the classic Black Beauty, Supraphonic. Those.
I think I might hit you up after this to get some recommendations.
When you hear a snare that you like, it's either a Supraphonic or a Black Beauty or somebody's version of it.
Okay, cool.
Like Yamaha made the Steve Ferroni one of a Black Beauty, which is incredible. DW make their own versions of a Supraphonic, which is incredible, and about $100 less. So usually the snares are actually somewhat easier, but shells might be, I don't know. Yeah, I'm very opinionated here.
But your drum sounds are amazing, so I might bug you about that if that's okay.
Yeah, no, cool.
That would be great.
Personally, if I was starting again, and I would probably buy a DW kit and then 3 or 4 Ludwig snares and a couple of others.
Yeah. This is the vocal booth for CA.
And you can always rent when somebody wants something specific.
That's right.
I love this. The floors are gorgeous as well.
Yeah, it's also walnut.
Yeah.
I don't remember where that reference comes from, but there was a design rule apparently that you should keep your color materials to 3 maximum. So
makes sense.
I try to kind of abide that by having fabric, wood, and steel.
Yeah. Well, the doors are they've got some weight to them, and probably really good for soundproofing.
They are, yeah.
And when I built a studio in West Hollywood, we had we changed out the doors. I can't remember, we started with something that was not good.
Doors are tricky because that's the most vulnerable place in a room, right?
And you've got all rubber seals around here, That's great. Because that's where a lot of the sound just leaks through gaps, air.
Yes.
So Studio E.
Studio E, that's our Atmos room.
So you definitely had it PMC designed. So you've got speakers hiding in here.
That's right. We got the CI series in the panels around, and then we have 4 speakers in the ceiling. So
wonderful.
It's a 9.1.4 room.
Nice.
Matt, our head engineer, maybe he's standing over there if you want to put him in the shot for a second.
Yeah, Matt, come in.
He's responsible for this room mainly. Like, he's the one who really dug his teeth into this format, trying to learn a lot about it. There's still a lot of developments that happen with it, and it's just fun. We just have Dolby come here approximately once a week and have exchanges.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Does Maurice come around a lot?
He not as much as we like to, but I mean, he's a busy man. But he comes by often. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be cloned.
Yeah, that's true.
When I talk to him, he's always like in some part of the world or something.
He's a very busy man.
Yeah. I appreciate him. He's amazing.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you end up in sunny Los Angeles coming from Germany?
So I started making music in Germany. I always was playing in bands as a teenager. Where did you grow up? I grew up in a town north of Munich, like 20 minutes away, and I lived there until I was 17. Just playing in garage bands and making crappy music in the garage. But I later moved to Munich, and I have a degree in hospitality. I studied hospitality, worked in a 5-star hotel for 3 years in parallel to that. So that was the first thing I did because I saw my older brother doing it, and I thought, looks fun, let me try that. Didn't like it at all.
But you learned a lot.
I learned a lot, and it also really helped me with this place, I think. Attention to detail, really. And but I started making music again on the side while I was working at that hotel, and I would just buy a little MIDI keyboard and mess around in Logic, and somehow ended up doing music for a German lingerie commercial for like a cinema TV spot or like a cinema spot, 30 seconds. And I was in way over my head. I didn't know what was going on. I was scared and worried about the final product, but it turned out okay. And I was like, I love doing this, but I don't know what I'm doing. I got to study that. So I applied to...
All the best people have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah. Now it's a little better, I think. So I applied to Berkeley in Boston and to study it properly and like to get a better education when it gets to music, harmony, composing, producing, engineering. And I got accepted and went there, studied music production engineering in Boston, and moved out here afterwards in 2017.
That's quite a big leap, though, from...
Yeah, it's far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And this has taken you said you bought the building
2018. So
2018.
this took 3 years to build because of, I mean, building planning,
Pandemics.
Yeah, exactly. It took a lot longer than it should have because of the pandemic. But
although in some ways 3 years is quite quick in LA.
Yes, unfortunately, that's the truth. But we opened up last September after that long building process. Are here for a year now, and still very excited that it's here. Our clients are amazing, and we're still in a growing startup phase.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. It's amazing. Well, Moritz, thanks you ever so much for showing us around.
Thank you so much for coming by. It was great to have you here.
We're going to put a link down here, everybody. So link to the studio, contact information, all of the other stuff.
Cool.
Thanks, everyone. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, adios, tschüss, goodbye.
Bye.